know you, getting to know all about you. Getting to like you, getting to hope you like me.
Jacked up.
Set around bright and breezy because of all the wonderful and new things we're learning about you here today. Yeah! Yeah! More than just eye candy. Talented black women. That's right, trendsetters.
I think they really are holding back.
They just go. They're still trying to figure out what they want in on. Where the hell? Who sent us? Where the hell? That's right. But they say, okay, we from Philly, we can adapt. So, Vic, tell us about our special guest today.
Hey, over the weekend, I called myself going down to be a fan of the Pan-African Film Festival, knowing that I had to work the next day and come back down there. So I went down there as a fan. And I'm glad I did, because as I was over in front of the Rave Theaters, they're doing a special. I didn't even know which movie it was. Talking to a couple of friends, and we both, Arnold Turner's there. He's on the red carpet doing stuff, former Getty images and stuff. And I said, I'm not working today, I'm a fan. And as I was talking...
That's when they want you to work more.
No,
that's what I do.
No.
Well, I'm special. No. I'm special.
First of all, nobody knows me.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care.
Right.
So for me...
They always asking me for stuff.
Yeah, that's right, because you're in the front row.
Okay.
And as I was talking to a friend, Tiffany E. Green came up with that wonderful flyer.
She walked up to you.
Well, she walked up to both of them.
You know they from Philly. I'm trying to understand.
You know when women walk up to you and they're walking.
They don't walk up to brothers.
It's business
for nothing.
It's business. She was straight professional. She's straight professional. So stop destroying this and curving it towards what I think you're doing.
I'm just setting it up.
Okay. All right. Stop.
Make up for my late emails.
All right.
What?
See, you see what happens? You see what happens?
Kidding.
You see what he's doing? This is wrong. I apologize. I owe you guys another show. All right. No, as she came to introduce herself to me and a friend of mine, she was telling us about the movie, North Star. And I was really impressed, because usually going down here historically to the Pan-African Film Festival, you don't have actresses coming up to you really talking about their film. They're usually somebody's promoting for them. I thought that was very impressive. And right behind her conversation, Crystal steps in. It was like she was like, now let me tell you where we come from, what we do. Okay.
I must admit, because when you came in, he was impressed.
Yes.
I said, Vic, why are you so impressed? And he told this story.
I'm not going to let him reduce my story. I was impacted.
I'm accepting I was helping.
Yes, you are helping. As I proceeded, I got in an interesting conversation with Crystal. And we were talking about the efforts of the Pan-African Film Festival, what we would like to see happen, the growth, the prosperity, what we think can help it move along.
They just have some food.
Then stop.
And food.
That's wrong.
So how about some hors d'oeuvres, some freebies?
They had that at the private ceremonies.
Okay. At the private.
But let me not get away from the matter at hand.
That's
We're here because of the featured film, which today is showing, I believe, at 10:15 p.m.
It's tonight. I was noticing it right about the time that we're finishing.
Right. We're going to miss it because we
will remind everybody at the end of our show tonight that they should hustle their butts on down there too.
Right. It's
right down the hill.
Yeah, and so I'm not going to really spoil the rest of it, because truly, when they were working, not as a team, as individuals, I thought that was impressive, and you moved along in the crowd and went and handled their business. We pointed out some things that we thought were interesting about the Pan-African Film Festival. I like what was happening with the energy. We just wanted more. And when you want more, that's a good thing. So
I find myself.
Hey, stop. And so, as far as I'm concerned, very impressive.
Wanting less, usually.
I was just inspired by the way you handled your business, both of you. And there's no jokes aside, because it took out of everybody I met there, you two were the most impressive.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest. Tiffany E. Green, because there are some other Tiffany Greens, and we want you to remember this one in particular.
Right.
And also her associate, which was Crystal.
Business partner.
Business partner.
Business partner.
Well, because I was a little unsure of some of the definitions.
Yeah.
At the time of the
email.
At the time that I did my visual aids, wonderful visual aids. So, but come on, Vic.
What I wanted to do is first
introduce her. I didn't get to put her partner's full name.
But it's Crystal Lee Brown.
Okay.
All right. That name just rolls. I'm sorry, it just rolls. I like what you guys did. I remember it's just like Tiffany E. Green, Crystal Lee Brown.
Yeah,
Just
because I want to find out. We're going to dig deep. So tell us, ladies, about the North Star.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the North Star is a story about Big Ben Jones, and it's actually based on a true story, and it talks about his journey to freedom, and it shows you everything that he endured throughout his journey, and also shows how another African American had actually turned him in, because he escapes freedom, and then someone else of his own color turns him in, and then he becomes a slave all over again. But then he, eventually comes back. But it just talks about all the different things that we experience as African Americans. It talks about our history, and when it touches on slavery, well, actually, what makes this story such a good story is that when you walk out of the movie theater, you don't feel bombarded. You don't feel like you're carrying this heavy blanket of pain. You actually understand what the story is about and what we've been through, and you can still come out the movie again and feel like, okay, good. Wow. Sometimes when you watch like Roots or stories like that, when you after you're done watching it, you're carrying it with you. You become hateful. I hate white people. The North Star doesn't give you that type of tone, but it lets you see what we actually endured. But at the same time, it shows you like how some white people were there to help us. It wasn't like everybody was against us. It shows you like different things that we did like throughout, with the Underground Railroad and different codes and stuff that the slaves used to help to get to freedom. So it's a very good story, and what makes it really good is that Big Ben Jones, he was a huge African American. He was one of the biggest slaves that we had in history, and most people don't get these stories. So that's what makes the North Star so special, is that there's so many stories about so many people who's been through things in slavery that we don't hear about. We just hear about, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King. You just hear it in there, not so much in slavery, but you just hear about these people, and there's so many other people that has great stories that need to be told. And Thomas Phillips, the director and writer, he thought that this was a great story that should have been told. So I enjoyed it. I loved working with it. I did a lot of research when I was working on the project, and I learned different things that I didn't know, because at one point I also thought the actual Underground Railroad was something that would be like underground. It's not. But when they say that, and the way that they traveled throughout the North and how people would help them, and they would leave like different little codes and stuff like that, and they would go to safe houses. It's very interesting to learn about your history. It's good. It's something that we definitely need to know. If we knew more of our history, then I think the way that black people are today, we would be so much more better.
Well, certainly. Now, Tiffany, how did you all come to be involved?
You know what? The North Star was actually filmed in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. I'm from Philadelphia, and they were doing a casting there, and that's where I auditioned for Clifton Powell, and he had cast me in the film. And everything that was done, actually, a majority of the story actually back during those days where it was a lot of stuff that was actually taking place in that part of Pennsylvania where we actually shot. So I auditioned for him. He called me in and got the part, and that's it.
Now how did you all, now there's a team here. You two are a team. Crystal, how did you come to be involved in this too? So just support as a supporter for your partner? Or?
Absolutely. I have no connection with the movie at all. I'm not in the movie. But my friend and business partner, Tiffany, came to LA.
I love that business partner.
She came to LA to support, to see her film screened at the Pan-African Film Festival, and I came out to support her. I was in Philly during the wrap of this movie, and I was able to go with her to the wrap party of the producer. The producers of the movie had a wrap party, so I was able to, meet the cast and the producers and the directors, but I'm not in the film at all.
But you serve a unique position here as it relates to your business partnership. We're going to get to there later. So it's tied into some. You're still tied in with her.
Yeah, we're best friends.
That's interesting. Go ahead, Mario. I'm sorry, man.
Because what in terms, how does your business interests sort of relate to keeping your involvement in these kinds of things?
So basically, Tiffany and I have a workshop called Making It Your Business Marketing for Actors. And it came about because we are both actors. And it came about in terms of just educating other actors who are very green about the business of show. And people who get into this business, especially African Americans, they think, I'm beautiful, I have talent, my grandmom told me I'm good, I need to move to LA, and I'm gonna get a picture, and then I'm gonna be famous. And that's not the road.
Totally.
You really have to understand the business side of show, and if you don't, you're not going to be successful, because there's a whole lot of things that goes on behind the scenes before you even step in front of a camera. And I've been in LA. I'm from Philadelphia. I've been in LA almost 10 years, and it took a few years. I moved out here as a green actor in terms of the business side. So it took a lot of time for me to really understand this vehicle, and it's Hollywood is a business, and if you don't structure your brand as such, then you're going to be moving back home in a few years, because it's not what people think in terms of the business. So where me and Tiffany come in, we wanted to educate actors who don't know. So we educated ourselves, and now we give back. This is a portion of what we do as artists, to give back to other artists. So we give back as artists to teach them the business side.
Yeah, and what makes it so good about us, because we're actors, we're all on this journey together. So we're not, of course we're not A-list actors or anything yet, but that's our goal. And what makes it so great for actors that's coming into the business, that you guys can kind of like you guys can surpass a lot of the mistakes that we had already made. And that's what we talk about. Like, we're still learning too, but we're telling you things that we've done that work, things that didn't work, and then you can relate to us because your stories are just as similar as our stories. Like, we're African Americans who trying to make it in the business was dominantly, it's not an African American business, to be honest, So the stuff that we go through, we talk about that, and then we bring in veteran actors who give their experience and their stories of things that they wish they didn't do, or things they could have done better. And just hearing other people's journey, it helps you with your journey, help you understand, like, okay, they didn't get this audition, okay, and they're still going, or they did get this audition, but it's not like tomorrow they're superstars or anything like that. So it just shows you, it keeps us real, keeps us connected with people that's just coming into it, and that's what feels good about it. I have a ton of people that follow me, follow Crystal as well too on all the social media. We'll talk about that later. And they always inbox us asking us questions like, how is this, and how are you able to do this, how did you meet this person? And it's just like networking and getting yourself out there, like how we met Victor yesterday. Just being out there,
initiative,
just doing it and not being scared,
right.
and just utilizing social media. Is free. I printed out flyers, and that's what we handed to you, flyers that's about the movie. I didn't wait for the director to do any promotion. He's an independent director. They don't really have money, so I did my own marketing. I promoted my own project.
Wow.
Well, it's not really my project, but I promoted my part in that particular project. I didn't wait for him to do anything.
Wow.
To be honest, he wasn't even here for the festival because of the weather. But I was here. Crystal set up a Q&A, and I was able to talk to the people in the audience. So you just have to go about it and do what you need to do to get yourself to the next level without waiting for Hollywood. You make Hollywood come to you.
This is the kind of stuff our audience needs to hear. We love for them to hear, you know, because luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Absolutely.
That's what luck is.
Yeah.
And that's why we like to ask those kind of questions, because our people, they like to know the stories behind the people, because for us that is the motivation, because we see so much of ourselves in you. So there it is, that motivation to find out, they kind of just like us, except what's the difference? Working their ass off. Okay, let's talk about that, because nothing you said sounded like coasting.
No, definitely. And you know what, because once you get into it, you understand that you are a business. So that means if you don't open up, then how are you going to sell something? You know what I mean? You have to put in 200%, because the day that you don't work, or days that you don't work, there's somebody else working out there working 1,000 times harder than you. So the competition is very hard in this business. So you can't take a day off. You just can't. And like I said, with social media being free, we have so many more opportunities than what a lot of the other veteran actors had when they were entering the business. You can do a lot to promote yourself. You can create your own website. You can create your own content for YouTube and like live stream. You can do a lot of things to help get yourself out there, and that's what we tell actors, because we're doing it too at the same time, and that's how we stay connected with our people, and that's why they feel good about coming to us, because we're real. We're not lying. You know, when I have a bad audition, I'll post it on my page. I cried when I left one audition. I tore myself up completely, where I felt like, is this for me? I had no clue to, you know, how I should have took that. I called Crystal. We both been through that, like coming out and feeling like, okay, I killed this audition, then go to the producer session and feel like you didn't do a great job, and they don't call you and you just carry it and carry it and carry it. And now I've learned that when I walk out that door, I leave it. That's it.
Now, how did the two of you come together?
Well, we've been friends for Tiffany. We grew up. We didn't really grow up together in Philly, but we have tons of mutual friends, and maybe 15 years or so ago.
Yeah.
Tiffany's other creative side
You were 4 years old.
is a designer, and she designed some clothing for myself and a group of friends, and we were having a big cookout, so we was like, we have to go to Tiffany because she has the best designs. And we had a meeting, remember? We came to her house and we were like, we want this, and we want our name right here.
How old were y'all?
Our age range?
At that time?
We were like 15.
So that long, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
wonderful.
hooked us up with these outfits. So we've always been friends, but then we came together in terms of a collaboration just as artists. So we were always friends. And it goes to also what we teach in our seminar, because Tiffany had a created what contest?
Wait, the contest. I was gonna say how we actually started the marketing seminar. Remember, I was doing it was a contest. I entered it, and I was on Facebook. Like literally every time somebody popped up, I was like, boom, boom, boom. I kept doing the instant marketing, like vote for me, vote for me, vote for me. And Crystal inboxed me, is like, okay, you are like the guru of this marketing thing. And after that, we was like, you know what?
Yeah, we need to do this.
We need to do this.
So basically, but the interesting tie with Clifton is she auditioned for Clifton Powell for this movie, and just as an artist, you know, you professional on set, you want to cultivate relationships within the business, and Tiffany and Clifton was able to cultivate a professional relationship, and she told him about an idea that we had in terms of marketing. He also felt that it was great, so we were able to bring a veteran actor like Clifton Powell on board for our marketing seminars. But we teach our actors, like, we wouldn't even be able to have him or have a great relationship with him if that foundation of cultivating a professional relationship wasn't set in place.
Yeah.
You know, always being professional on set, always allowing people to know what you do. And I told Victor, I don't believe in it's about who you know, it's who knows about you. If she didn't open her mouth and say to Clifton, hey, I'm an actor, I'm thinking about doing this marketing event with a friend of mine, would you like to come as our special guest? Whatever, we wouldn't even have had him a part of it. And he's like, oh my God, I didn't even know about this part of marketing and social media. He started in the business 40 years ago. There wasn't Facebook and Twitter and all these things. So when we go into that, he's sitting down as a pupil.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Learning.
So I think the important thing in terms of just cultivating that relationship, Tiffany and I have a friendship first. We also have a business relationship, you know, and we're going back and forth, encouraging each other on our auditions, encouraging each other on our projects that we're doing independently. But it's all about just keeping the camaraderie of the friendship and the business at hand, that we can help each other and help other artists in this market.
I must admit, ladies, an impressive level of multitasking. You know, we kind of have a thing over here for people who multitask. So you all seem to be very adept at that yourself. So I gotta at least give you some kudos for that, because that's amazing. Because at first, you know, looking at this, you think actors, actresses supporting a film. Oh no! Way more than that. Even in terms of the way that you all approach projects. So how do you define yourselves? See, that's the whole interesting part of this interesting story is you all. and the fact that you are so multi-talented. So that's why I like to ask folks like you, because you obviously have multiple projects in various stages of development. But how do you define yourself?
That's a good question. I would say, let me go by my motto, what I stick by, and we'll go from there. My goal in this business is to empower, inspire, and entertain. That's how I define myself. So everything that I do is about empowering other people. Things that I do, hopefully, it inspire you, and at the same time, I want to entertain you. So everything that I do is about that. My happiness is, what really honestly makes me happy is when other people sends me messages or they call me and say, you inspired me to write my book, or you inspired me to continue to do this. That makes me feel good, because that lets me know when I'm feeling down, because everybody goes down in this business. Do not believe anybody who feels like, oh, I always had a good time. No, everybody doubts themselves in this business because it's very difficult. But when you have other people that are relying on you and that can see your success more than you see your success, that keeps you going.
Yeah.
That keeps you going.
Crystal?
I second everything she said.
You though.
No, absolutely. But in terms of an artist, it's the same thing. You want to know that what your passion is and what you're giving to the world is touching someone, and that's all what art is. You go to a movie to be touched, to be inspired.
Exactly.
You go to a comedy. You go see a Kevin Hart movie because you want to laugh. You go see a Meryl Streep movie because you know she's going to give you great character work, and you're going to walk out of there, you know, loving the character, hating the movie, whatever. But you also sit into a movie where you didn't get anything, and you're like, where you feel like they didn't do their job as artists to really be who they say they are. So that the human connection in movies and television and film, we tune in. We're also an audience. Like, yes, we're artists, but I have my favorite shows that I'm on the edge of my seat because the acting is so good and it's so real, and you have to come out of it like, oh, okay, that's not real. But they inspired to, they put, you know, fearlessness in it, or love or hate or whatever the emotions that they're going through. So for me, I define myself, my tagline, if you will, is smart, witty, sassy, full of unbridled passion. And that's how, you know, I approach things, with an unbridled passion to everything. That, you know, you have to be bold, you have to be fearless. Do I get scared? Absolutely. Do I doubt myself? Absolutely. But to know that my family, my friends, my, you know, supporters and peers in this industry are also pushing for me to be great, for me to, you know, be good, that is inspiring as well.
You know, in this industry that you all are in, just like you said, it's an ongoing challenge to educate the folks around you to the things that they need to do. Right now, the industry's in a lot of flux. People are running around in a little circle screaming, mostly, needing to make change, but also in the same time very afraid of change, very reluctant to make change. And then again, you're always in a position, I know, of telling them about things that they've never heard of.
Because people don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. That's a good one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, people don't know what they don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. You know? You know that you can't fly a plane. You didn't go to pilot school. You don't know how to fly a plane. So you wouldn't even put yourself in that position and go down to LAX and try to jump on a plane and fly it. Because you don't, you know, so people, the concept of you don't know what you don't know is strange to people. Because they don't want to put themselves out there to find out. Okay, well, I know I don't know how to fly a plane, but I'm going to go learn how.
And then some people don't like to admit that they don't know, and that's a bad thing. To not want to admit that
Tiffany.
you don't know. You should, as any artist, as a human being, period, you should always be open to learn different things. You should never feel that you know too much, because there's always room for growth, but for anybody.
Well, especially these areas that we're talking about within our community, you know, third world, working class folks, immigrant communities. Here we have the same issues. They don't know what they don't know, and then here you are, you have to come in and explain it. We have found that to be particularly challenging, even as we've attempted to deal with our legacy artists. There are those ones who want to understand about Facebook or Twitter or having a presence. But let's be real. The African Film Festival and other organizations, we've said for years, wouldn't it be nice if I could go online and quickly and easily connect to the people behind these films?
Yep.
And what if there was something that went on after the festival that was over? Yep. We've talked. These are things we've talked about for at least a decade, right, Vic? Because I've been involved in some of these discussions in the past. Again, these are some of the things that we need because indie artists, especially the film community, lagging behind music, you know, in terms of adapting to social media. This is what's interesting right now. TV too. TV's, you know, print media. These are the areas that are really lagging and who need to make the most change. So I can imagine you all, how did you find, because I'm sure that festival could show you your expertise. And I'm saying that in a nice way. I'm just saying y'all have a lot to bring in terms of expertise. And I know they need that.
Well, actually, a young woman came up to us after the film and asked us to do a panel next year. So we're gonna be on board with PFFF next year to actually do our marketing seminar to help actors in this area and, you know, teach them the things that we talked about earlier today. So we'll definitely be a part of it in terms of like the workshops. In terms of structuring it, we haven't had any conversations in you know, in reference to that. But we could always have a conversation if they wanted to, as in from an actor standpoint, what we felt like we got out of it or what we felt like we didn't have. That could definitely be a great conversation, but you know, who knows.
Well, last year we attended South by Southwest, which is one of the biggest festivals. It's now expanded now to a whole film and movie section along with the music section. We attended the interactive section. It was a huge deal about the lack of presence of people of color. In some ways, that worked good for us because everywhere we went,
they knew you.
We got attention, and in terms of some of the panels dealing with some of the topics that you all have mentioned here today, there were some panels, but they also had a very small group of folks, black folks, who were organizing around blacks in South by Southwest. So true. And one thing I can't say, it sure would be good to have a panel with something like that at South by Southwest. They did have some wonderful sisters who represented well. It's amazing how we have to admit, Vic and I keep saying
it's the women,
and we keep running across way more entrepreneuring, taking care of business, busting ass women in LA. We just run across them. There's a number of them, and I have to give some props. They bringing it, and you all too represent that example. Let me give them a little clap. No, because it's impressive. You come in thinking it's just a movie, and it's not even that it's just a movie, because it's a wonderful movie by Thomas K. Phillips, The North Star, with Len Whitfield and Clifton Powell. And it is going to be a screening tonight at 10:15. But so much, too, to me, is the story behind the individuals who come to be involved with this, who have that initiative to come from Philly. And I know they get away from the cold, too. Come to L.A. Because, you know, my family, they love to come. You know, that's how they usually move out here. See, first my daddy came, then another one started visiting, then they start moving. They start moving out here from Philadelphia. Take us on a tour, you all, of some of the online presences that you think are most relevant. I pulled up right here for our audience to see the Tiffany
my website. We have to pull up Crystal's too.
Exactly, Crystal. See, okay.
But you know what? The website is definitely my personal marketing tool. You know, when I meet people, because on those flyers that I gave out, I didn't want to put my telephone number on there, so I put my website on there so people can go to my website. I also put all my social media information on the flyer as well, because people like to follow your journey.
That's right.
So you have that. You should have that if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and this is some free stuff I'm giving out right now that we talk about our seminar, but everything needs to be consistent. I am Tiffany E. Green, so if I met you today and I didn't hand you anything, if you were to walk to the computer, or not walk, use your phone, because, you know, today's technology, and you type in Tiffany E. Green, you will find me. And that's how it should be for any actress, any actor. You should be able to, people should be able to find you. You should know how to market yourself to the point where if I'm looking for you, I can get to you. Because right now, we have social media to do that for us without having to pay for that. If you can't afford a publicist to get you out there, you can do it yourself.
You got to do it. You got so much of this, like I said, is educating the public, the client, as like people need to know what they don't know.
Yeah.
So they
And
can
it's
start to do these
stuff.
things. Simple things like having your, on your business card, not having Yahoo and Hotmail as your email address.
Or sexy girl 114 at Gmail. Yeah. We teach that in the marketing. We teach that in the seminar for actors. Like, just use your name. I can't stand being on social media and people are trying to follow me and their name is,
I cut a brother. I cut a brother.
Baby 14. Girl 14. Like, I can't. Just give me your name, please.
Yeah.
But it's very important because people in the industry, the decision makers in this industry would not take you seriously with something as simple as an email that says sexy mama 14. They would not take you seriously at all. If you don't have an online presence as an artist, no one is taking you seriously, whether you're a musician, an actor, a director, a radio show host. If you don't have an online presence, no one is taking you seriously. Tiffany designed her own website. I designed my own website. I'm not going to wait for someone to come along and pay $1,000 to do that.
Forgive me, okay, because I am a man.
He cut you right off.
I'm a man. I'm a man. Because
you just took her seminar pitch and just ruined
No, because they bad. Yeah, okay, my thing is intelligent, beautiful black women.
Yes.
And many of you know, my friend, your first black woman astronaut, Mae Jemison.
That's your friend.
Okay, I'm just saying, I have a history anyway. But take a girl, you like I said, more than I can. You guys always say that, way more than I. You can try to deal with them visually if you want. They will correct you. Okay, they will correct you. This is impressive.
Thank you.
You bad. If you don't look, see, she got those intense eyes. That's when you walk up to talk to them, you gotta have your game right. So they what?
She's blushing.
What?
Awesome.
Physically fit.
Yes.
Physically fit.
There you go.
Let me read this about me. Tiffany E. Green, a fun, creative, and engaging actress. Tiffany lightens up any room with her amazing smile and charming personality. She was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She is the middle child of 3 sisters. Tiffany has been acting since the age of 15, entertaining her family and friends, performing skits and monologues. Her favorite film was Sparkle, where she imitated each character vividly. It was then we all knew her passion was for acting. Tiffany's professional acting career officially began when she crossed over from professional styling on movie sets to being casted as an actress. Her talents range from artistic design to modeling and acting in both film and theater. She was the CEO and designer of her own denim-based clothing line, Lindy. Her line was worn by celebs such as Eve and Vivica Fox. She also modeled on the popular BET show Rip the Runway fashion show, as well as styling the models. Her latest film career includes The North Star, where she plays the role of Pauline alongside Clifton Powell, Lynn Whitfield, Keith David, and more. Wow. In November 2012, Tiffany was featured in Academy Award-winning The Silver Linings Playbook. Oh, yeah, I enjoyed that. She played the role of Tanya, Chris Tucker's girlfriend, alongside of Robert De Niro, Robert Bradley, Jennifer Lawrence, and Oscar winner Jackie Weaver. Wow. Everybody, that's, I guess. Hey. Take a little look at her reel. Do I get audio?
Yeah. All right, buddy. I'll see you. All right. All right. Wish me luck, guys.
One day, I'm scheduled to go and meet him. And I get the most excruciating headache. So much so that I thought it was going to ruin my day and my visit to him. So they gave me permission to leave the school. When I got to my house, I started dialing the house phone. His sister, Booby, answered the phone. And I said, Booby, where's Kenny? And she just started crying. I said, Booby, please tell me where Kenny is. And she just said, he's gone. And I just hung up the phone. At that point, I realized my dreams were shattered.
I was about to forgive his ass. This fool called me Michelle.
Michelle.
Oh! I mean, I gave him the keys to the car,
The car.
the house,
This house.
everything. All right, I can't help it if I love him.
Love him. What?
Yes, love him.
You remember last month you was going through his phone and you found the name Mikkel. And there was text message back and forth. You thought that he was gay.
So how long are you going to be going for this time?
Marcy, please, don't start.
Don't start. How long do you expect me to put up with this? Huh? No.
Put up with what, Marcy? This is my job we're talking about. You act like I'm going on vacation or something.
Well, are you? Because half of the time, I don't know where you are or who you're with, and you're so goddamn secretive.
Marcy, can we talk about this later, please? Elijah's still sleeping, and I don't want him to hear us arguing.
Later? Give me a break. What do you mean, next month? Or when you decide you might pop into your son's birthday party, leave early and miss everything like you did last year.
You know what? That's enough.
Hey, baby. I was wondering what time you were going to get here.
Hey, Herman.
Dang, girl, look at you. When you do?
Tomorrow, thank God.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
You better have that baby tonight. I can have you messing up my Easter dinner now.
Oh, boy, shut up.
Where's Eric?
Your brother? I don't know. We haven't seen or spoken to him for some time.
I know where he's at.
Who'll cry for me when I'm gone? If any tears fall, I wonder for how long.
His name is Eric Herman Stone.
Everybody. Like I said, so much more than eye candy, so much deeper still. You know, when you consider the presences and what they're doing and how much stuff they're doing and how much they're taking charge. So it's very, very impressive. Now, we got to go take a look, too, because we know it's part of the job. We got to go look at Crystal's spot. What's your spot, Crystal?
CrystalLeeBrown.com.
We'll see.
I've been trying to tell you why I like that name so much. Everywhere you go, it's so simple. It's the thing that we preach a lot.
Called.
It's so
well,
simple.
what can I say?
Don't say it.
More than I can.
Don't say it.
Y'all been working out and stuff. I don't know. I'm scared of y'all. Crystal Lee Brown.
Yes.
Let me read this. Let's go to your. Okay, first of all, in the news, let me tell you a little bit about recently selected as top female actor and directed John Singleton's Top Actor Monologue Slam. Hey, wow. Nominated for an NAACP Theater Award for Best Ensemble Cast for the Cell Block 7, which she co-wrote and co-produced. Look at the take chart. Look at them eyes, boy. That's how you can tell. Eyes and mouth. Tested for series regular role for a sitcom on Bounce TV. Went to producers for BET's new comedy Real Husbands of Hollywood, starring comedian Kevin Hart. Wow. She signed theatrically with Privileged Talent Atlanta for Southeast representation. Take a look at the site, you guys. Let's go to her resume, too. Look at our guests. Yeah, they're impressive. There's the smile. See, that's when they scare you. See, after I seen that reel, that's when your woman smiles at you. You like, I don't know.
Dangerous, huh?
Yeah.
In a good way.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Take a look, you guys. Crystal Lee Brown. She's got a gallery too.
Oh yeah, serious.
Yeah, look at that. Like this, strong features, as they say. There's no collagen in those lips.
No Botox. No collagen.
It's all real, baby. Right?
The real lips.
No nip tuck.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love the sporting the shortcuts. It's my favorite.
Y'all look so take charge.
It's my favorite. I'm sorry.
You know they got good credit. Yeah, girl. Because they own something they ain't telling you. Daddy told him, don't tell him.
Okay.
It's great shots, though. They're
Thank
great
you.
shots.
They are. They're wonderful.
Great shots. They're high quality.
Wow, we're getting that strong. Look at those eyes. And that's when they look at you and they know you about to lie. You be like, Crystal. Okay, I ain't gonna shoot.
It's great, though. It's great.
Let's go to her bio. We still have her reel, too. Let me read this. A Philly girl to her core. Crystal Lee Brown ditched cheesesteaks and soft pretzels for sushi and fresh juices. Currently splitting her acting career in both Los Angeles and Atlanta, Crystal is emerging as a multi-talented fresh face. Her niche as the hip and witty charmer with an East Coast flair has landed her in roles in numerous productions. A Temple University graduate with a BA
Bam.
Fine Arts. Woo, woo. Paper, girl got paper. She spent 5 years in New York as a member of the African American Woman Repertory Theater Company in Brooklyn, where she starred in many off-Broadway shows. She recently added writer and producer to her resume with the web series Straight Up, as well as with the hit stage play The Cell Block 7, which was nominated for a 2013 NAACP Theater Award for Best Ensemble Cast. With significant credits to add to her resume, Crystal promises to forge a permanent impression in the world of show business. Yes. Look at that. This is the look. This is the look you want her to give you right here. Yeah. This is the look you want her to give you. Right there. Oh, that's my baby. Okay. All right. Now I feel better. Give me that look. Okay. Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen, at her reel.
Okay, girl, how can I put this? I know you gave me the money for the alcohol, but hold 'em 323 was bluffing, and I have a theory behind it. I knew. You got runner-up. I got the crown, didn't I? Reniqua, please, your mama brought you that crown because she felt sorry for your ass.
Reagan. This is a moment of historic significance. One of many, made possible by our glorious democratic system.
I love this country.
You've been denied a salary increase, put on probation, and threatened with termination, even though your job performance has been good?
That is exactly right.
Well, Ms. Jackson, if you can prove disparate treatment, you definitely have a discrimination case.
Oh my God, you scare me.
Does everyone have to
Where's
audition
the afro?
to get with you?
Hopeless. Then I choose you.
Girl, you're 360 degrees beautiful, baby. You can see your reflection on there. See that? See your reflection on there?
Okay, that's too close. That's too close.
Everybody.
Woo! That's right. All day.
So where do you want everybody to catch up with you?
They can find me, Tiffany E. Green. I'm on Facebook. I am on Twitter. I am on Instagram. I have my website. Anywhere, just Tiffany E. Green.
She's there.
Tiffany E. Green. It'll take you to all my social media, and you guys can follow my journey there. I share all kinds of information about things that I'm working on. Sometimes I post castings. I post, different books and stuff that I read.
Need more of those pictures?
Every so often I post pictures.
I might come back and give me a few pictures.
Crystal, are you blushing?
I'm just saying, better get a pic or two.
Wait a minute. Mario.
For free.
Wait a minute, Mario. When we was in the house, they asked me. Tiffany asked me, "How'd you get that picture?" And I was going like, "Did you put the picture out there in social media? Is it a yes or a no?" And if it's no, I didn't, then I felt guilty. But You put that out there in social
I
media.
sure
You
did.
sure did. And I told her, I said, we hunt, we seek, and we find.
We know how to
because,
find it.
Not because we're trying to violate, because that's not it. It's that
Sometimes I'm trying to violate.
you know
Every now and then.
he always messes up my thing. You notice he always
You
does
said
that.
you said we weren't trying to violate. I
trying
didn't want to lie. I want to know sometimes I'm a violator.
See, it's too much fun in here. See, just kill my little thing. I was trying to get
they ain't coming from Philly. I want people back there thinking.
You know what? First of all, they have to get warmed up to your way of how
I
you
know.
introduce
They usually do by the time it's ready to go.
We didn't get that,
Everybody, our guests.
Bam.
Tiffany Green. Crystal Lee Brown. Everybody, let's sing. Come on.
Oh, no.
Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you.
No singing.
Getting to like you, ladies. Getting to hope you like me.
Oh.
What's up?
Haven't you noticed? Sun is so bright and breezy because of all the wonderful and new things we're learning about you here today. That's right. Go learn how to be. They're going to teach you.